Okay, so I see that we are live now. Good evening from here in Nigeria to everyone listening. My name is Joseph Afeso. I'm sitting here in Lagos, Nigeria, and we have Frank Falvey here. Frank is sitting somewhere in Cork, in Ireland. Yes, we have we have Stephen here today. So happy to have you, Steve. But this time, Stephen is not sitting in the UK.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Frank. How you doing?
How you doing,
So
Stephen?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm fine. How you
so
doing today?
So Steven is sitting somewhere here in Nigeria. In short, I told him during the day that I'll be happy to have him to introduce him to say, hey, Steve this time is not in the UK, but is in Nigeria. So Steven
Yeah,
here has been a dedicated, contributor to the program. And yeah, fortunately, we are sitting in the same country and the same city this evening. And I'm happy to have him here. So Frank is going to be doing a talk on Power Pages. I'm not sure if Stephen had the time because I know the engagement he has been in recent time, had the time to
yeah.
put anything
Last
together.
week, last week was my wedding. That is Saturday.
So I wanted it to blow the trumpet yourself. So it's good to
Yeah.
have Stephen here. And I'm not sure you have anything to present today, right?
No, no. I'm just here to just.
I don't expect you
I'm
to.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine. So yeah, so Frank is going to be talking about Power Pages and showing us a lot of stuffs that we may need to, get to have our hands on to build websites and similar things. While myself, I'll be talking about effective collaboration using Microsoft Teams today. If we have other people join us, like I've seen Seena on, yeah, joining us now. So Seena, thank you and welcome. So Sina may be speaking something around Power Up. Sina, am I correct?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so I will let Frank go first, then you can go next. If I have time, then I will speak on collaboration using Microsoft Teams. So yeah, Frank, please go ahead.
Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen. Um, so Power Pages, another Microsoft application. I'm just going to go over. Can you see my screen there, guys?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so it's Microsoft Power Pages. Okay, so this is on Microsoft Learn if anybody wants to find out anything. All this documentation is on there. Introduction to Power Pages, try Power Pages. You can actually try it for free. There's some videos here and there's Power Page training here. I actually have a demo to show you the whole thing, and it's so simple to set up. So I just go down to the main, these are all the different documentations on it. You just go to the main one. So we're talking about Power Pages. So what is Power Pages, right? Microsoft Power Pages is a secure enterprise-grade, low-code software as a service, SaaS. You'll often see it in platform for creating, hosting, and administrating modern external-facing business websites. So as you can see the picture below there, you can have a mobile version or you can have a desktop version, right? Whether it's a low code maker or professional developer, Power Pages empowers you to rapidly design, configure, publish a website, and that works across web browsers and devices. And believe me, this is amazing stuff. I created a website in the space of 3 minutes. 3 minutes to make a website. This is incredible stuff. And I'm going to show you how to do it and how to edit it and see it live. So Power Pages provides rich, customizable templates and fluid visual experience through Design Studio and the Integration Learning Hub to quickly build websites for your unique business needs, right? Power Pages is the newest member of the Microsoft Power Platform family. With Power Pages, you can build sites by using the same shared business data store in Microsoft Dataverse that you can use for building apps, workflows, intelligent virtual agent, reports, and analytics with other Microsoft Power Platform components in your organization. So you can also try it for free. There's a link here, and if anybody needs any, reach out to me if they need anything on this. But so we'll just go straight over to, so this is my my account here, right? And so all the apps inside my M365 account. So down here on the left hand side, like if you click into your apps, if you've got an account like that, and on the end of it there, you can see Power Pages, okay? So if you click into Power Pages, and it's going to load, it's loading up. So you can see I've already created a website, right? And I call it Microsoft Certification Hub. And I can just hit the edit button and go in and just create a website. So if you just wanted to start, right, create a website, design a website for, we'd say, Copilot has given us a couple of things, right? Design a website for your employee training resources, or you can just go down here and draft one, okay? So if we had a good idea, so the one I went with there is Microsoft Certification Hub, right? So I put in create a website, about Microsoft certification, right? So that's what I put in there, Microsoft certification, and where you can find resources towards your certification. Okay, so all you have to do is type in your prompt in here for your website, and you can just hit the enter button. But I've already configured it, so we just click on the one above here, right? So design a website for employee training resources. We just go with that one. And as you can see here, right, it's put in the prompt, design a website for your employee training resources, and we can add stuff to it from wherever. But just for the demonstration, we'll just go with that prompt for now. So here it is, creating the website, and it's giving us the name, give the name of your website. So it's came up with one here, so it's giving us Employee Training Hub, and this is the web, create a web address, right? So you can change this if you want to whatever you want to make your website, so, and your language. So we just leave it at the default, right? For just
So, Frank, so why this is trying to generate, that means that the website is always going to be having the powerappsportal.com as a domain, right?
Well, you can actually just for creating it, you can, but you can actually have your own domain, and you can export it to your own domain then afterwards, you know.
Oh, okay. You can actually, you have the option to change the domain.
Yeah, you can buy your own domain and you can have it at that. But this is just for creating the website, and then you can
Okay, okay, that's cool.
bring it over afterwards. Yeah. So I'm just going to go next with that. Okay. So it's done. See how quick it was?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Employee Training Hub. It's given us all the different sections, training modules, and resources overview. Okay, I'm just going to hit next, right? So now it's after giving us more pages that we can actually, you can have an about page, you can have contact page, frequently asked question page, training program, resources. You can have feedback. Okay, so these are all ones that they're giving us. So I'm just going to keep them, and we just go done. So that was a 6-page website. We're only on here 3 or 4 minutes already, and I'm talking about this, and the website is almost done. It's just incredible what Power Pages can do. So now we're still just getting things ready. And then we can go in afterwards and we can edit all the text ourselves in every one of these pages. So here we are, okay? This is the website, and this is what the page looks like, okay? So over on the left-hand side, right, this is the home page. This is the About page. This is the Contact page. Okay, so it's giving us frequently asked question page. So this is after creating a website with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages, okay, in just a matter of minutes. So if I want to go in here to change anything, right, like employee training, frequently asked questions, you just hover over the box, do the text, frequently asked questions. You can go down to the next line. You can change that text to whatever you want. So it's giving you example text, and you can just go in and you can just change the text as you want. And the next page. So as you can see, like you can go in, you can change the pictures if you want. If you don't like the pictures, to give you an example of, you can change the sizes of them, add your own pages, do your own text and that kind of stuff. So the example one I made earlier, okay, was explore certifications. So it's called Microsoft Certification Hub, okay? So it gave me an about page. So welcome Microsoft Certification Hub. So you, as I say, you can change all this text yourself and change any of the pictures you want. So Power Pages is definitely very powerful. As you can see there, I made a website there in the space of a couple of minutes. So this is the full website. When you're looking at it live, so this, it looks very professional, and in a matter of minutes. And these are all the other pages above. So you can change the colors and the backgrounds and everything else you want. So we just go over to the other pages so you can see there the welcome page and whatever. Certification track is just giving you the basic stuff. So you can go in, look, and it's even kind of given different Azure certifications. So you can even put in your own links in here to Microsoft Learn or wherever the certifications are and wherever like that. So, and the resources there, look, so you can see it's kind of pulled out all the different certifications like Azure, Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, and it looks, so you don't have to go away and pay €1,000 to get a website. Just
So, Frank, I think the question that will be in the minds of people watching would be, this is public facing, right? So you could send this link to me and I can access it now.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so
I can give it to you there. I can put it into the chat, and
okay.
a second there. I'll just send it on to you there in the Azure and AI. Paste it in there.
Okay, just give me a second to copy that.
Okay, so that's, so if you want to share your screen there with us, Joseph,
Yes, I will
Um,
just do that. Give me a
and
second to share my screen.
right.
Mm.
So
So,
Yeah, I think the power page is quite amazing. This actually, then when people say, "Oh, you can't do this," I know, yeah, you can't do. It depends. If you are doing a professional website, at times it takes a lot of while. But I think with this, you can actually do a whole lot. Maybe it's just quick business page. Just create a page, and for the fact that you can even get a domain for it, and then it starts. Yeah, I think it's quite okay. It's fine. I think
yeah,
it's amazing. I think it's more. I think it's more of the same like with your WordPress. Like when you want to design website with WordPress. So, yeah.
yeah. I know in WordPress they've added AI as well inside in that, and it can speed up you doing a website as well. I done one with the WordPress, and you could have your website going in about 15 minutes. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
so Frank, I see that is requesting me to do a sign in. Is that supposed to be the behavior?
Should not. Um, but just maybe sign in just to see anyway, just verify who
Mm,
you are, you know.
let me use this.
No.
Let me use this. It's not signing
Okay.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so look at
Yeah.
the selected user account does not exist in Frank Falvey and cannot access the
Okay.
Yeah.
application.
I think there should be a separate link you can copy for other people to before you like a preview link or so, something like that.
Yeah. So if you want to, is Seena going next? You want to take over Seena, share your screen?
Yes, Frank. Thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm facing some issues on my Power Platform environment. I don't know what's going on. It's maybe my internet connection is a bit slow or something.
Yeah.
But
This is
this, okay,
sometimes Seena, if you turn off your video, you might be able to get more resources on your internet.
okay,
Think that happens sometimes for you as well, Joseph. If you turn off your camera, other things will work. Yeah, yeah. We can see your screen there now, seeing that.
okay.
Yeah, see Copilot Studio. Yeah,
But still, my Power Apps environment is
yeah.
not loading properly. Let me check the tables because today I was about to discuss the database tables in Power Apps, but it is not loading well.
Okay.
The page. Okay. I don't know what is happening.
Yeah.
It's just showing the blank only. Okay, let me show you an example in Copilot Studio one more.
Okay.
Last time I have shown an example by using a template which is about information, that is website and QA. This template I have used to create Copilot agent and published it in a demo website. So we are having multiple templates available. So these are the available templates, and you can see some of the templates is having coming soon. So this will come later, available later. So until this voice, it is available the templates. So if you're going for store operations to create a copilot for store operations, so here it is you can see the description itself. It is showing improve the efficiency of retail frontline workers by enabling easy access to stock procedures and policies. So same like the human resources copilot also you can create, like, okay, so human resources, when a newly joined employee want to know the policies, or if any policies get updated, the already available employees also want to know about all that things. So you can create a HR copilot as well for that. And here this will give some easy accessibility to the procedures and policies about the store. And here is the instructions provided. So your name is store operation, that is the copilot is telling to that agent that this is for store operations, and you are a custom copilot which is assist retail employees in answering customer questions about Microsoft store policies and helping performing store operations. And here they have added to by default it is added. Okay, otherwise if you are creating without using any template, if you are creating a copilot agent, you should have to add the knowledge from which website the copilot has to get the knowledge to give answers properly to the users. So here it is, two websites links has been added: Microsoft Store website and Microsoft Store and Billing Help website. So we don't need to do anything much. So here you can provide a store operations agent or something like that, the name, and then just click on create. Okay, now my agent is ready. It is loading the description, instructions, what we have given there. It's already there. I didn't edit anything there. So it is already available, and the available knowledge as well. And there is no actions I have added, and triggers also there is nothing. And here you can see how many topics are there. So these are the various topics, like when find a product phrases will come. So okay, so what it has to be returned the answer. So for each topic, when you click on each topic, so you can see this check inventory. These are the phrases which users going to enter. Check inventory, find a product, search, find an item. Then what is the product? This type of questions is coming. Then how it has to be answered. So these are the topics for that. And for goodbye and for greeting, thank you, start over. So for all that. And here you can test it also, like, okay, what kind of product you are looking for, or check product inventory. So what is the product you are looking for? If any kind of product, for example, like, okay, and say, so it will give you a kind of, okay, so it is providing a kind of products like audio speakers, or monitors, or any kind of, like, okay, if you before Microsoft has been given, like, after completing 5 years of MCT, okay, they will send some kind of like in stores available, you are eligible to order some like clothes or something like that with the Microsoft logo and all. So I don't know this time they are having that. Okay. So these are the things. So just enter what kind of products you are looking for. So for example, here monitor if you are looking for. So what kind of it is. Specific information about the Condeso monitor. So you can explore wide selection of tech accessories and devices. And here smartphones, mobile phones, or any like, okay, they are providing. Now coming into the settings, you can provide a generative AI. So generative, so this will respond. Okay, so the best combination. And so when you are providing a generative AI to the Copilot agent, so it will give much more accurate answers to the users. And save. And after saving it, go to the security. So I'm going to deploy it and so and or publish it in demo website. So by default you can see when the security, when the authentication is coming, so authenticate with Microsoft. So that is, it's an Entra ID authentication in Microsoft Team or Power Apps or 365 Copilot. You can publish this Copilot agent. So if you want to publish this in other your own websites, okay, or a demo website which you have created, so you can just select no authentication for that. So it is publicly available for any of the users. Now saving and then go here, and you can see after enabling the generative AI, there are so many topics added. So before it was 7 to 8 topics, so now you can see a lot of topics added. So based on the generative AI, then coming into channels, and from here just to select the demo website here, and you can provide, okay, welcome to store assistant agent or whatever. So here the store operations agent it is. Agent. And here the conversation starters also you can provide if you want in something else apart from this. Okay, and click on save. So this is saved. You can select the copy this one from here, or else you can select after publishing it. Publish. So this is published in a demo website. So just to click on this. Okay, so here welcome to store operations agent, and here it is. So track and order, initiate return, check product inventory. So what deals are available? So when you click on what deals are available. So these are some questions which we have given. So if users particularly about these type of questions, so Copilot is having a ready to answer for that. So this is configured through the topics only. When we are creating the Copilot, we should have to configure the topics based on this. So here it is providing the current deals about the Microsoft Store for this laptops, PCs, or softwares. Okay, what they are offering. So Surface deals. Just click on the site. So regarding the each product's details, so they have given links as well. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Very good, Seena. It really kind of shows they put Copilot into Power Apps, and it's really after making the experience way better, isn't it? For developers, you can make
Yeah, actually, yes, and actually, I have another one more subject about the Copilot, that is content safety. So like negative statements if users enter, so what is going to give as a response Copilot. So for that, content safety service has to be deployed in Azure, and we have to provide it in the topics, the key and the URLs of that.
like if you had to do that
But it is,
manually.
I am working on that demo. Actually, it is not completed. So
Okay,
by next week, yeah, I will provide the demo for that. Yeah.
cool, cool. Be looking forward to that. But if you had to do that manually, it would probably take you a week to do that, wouldn't it? To put in all that kind of stuff. Yeah, very powerful. So Joseph, just to answer your question there, about the thing going live. Can you see my screen there? Um, could you see my screen there, Joseph?
Yep.
This
Yeah, I
one.
can see the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing you were asking there about the site, so it's actually private. You see where it is here? So it's actually when you're designing the website, it's in production mode, you know. But if you want to make it public, then you can click on here and you can set it to go public. But if you wanted to just email somebody to give them access to it, you can do that. But it's just that it was in production there, so I hope that answers your question about the live thing.
Yeah, I think it's somewhat similar to a SharePoint site. So I think
Yeah.
somewhat, yeah, similarities. Yeah.
So Joseph, I'll let you share your screen there. So and Stephen, congratulations on your wedding.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, can see your screen there now, Joseph. I can't hear you, Joseph.
Oh, I was muted.
Yeah. Okay.
Apologies.
Okay.
All right. So yes, I was saying that today may be the first time I'll be presenting with a slide on this show. So I'm just going to be doing a slideshow for us to look through some few slides. So it's about an event. Okay, this was a slide I presented in the event I had within the week also to discover the effective strategy for better teamwork in Microsoft Teams. So, of course, we know that Microsoft Teams is a collaboration tool, and being a collaboration tool, it is used to, have a lot of interactions on different things, but then it can actually pose some challenges and hinder productivity. And somebody will want to say, how is it even possible for teams to hinder productivity? But this session of the presentation will actually explore the challenges and provide ways to addressing them. So currently, the current challenges we have is one of the major issues I've experienced, and I am so passionate when I speak about it, is fragmented messages. Sending messages in a fragmented way can actually cause distraction, and we will see that in the demo session. Then, what is the solution to fragmented messages? It is actually consolidation of your messages that you want to send to your colleague, to your friend, to your support team, within a team. While you are making use of Microsoft Teams, you need to consolidate what you are writing and send your message as short as possible to reduce the level of distraction and notifications that could even cause disturbance. So importance of staying focused. It is, of course, while in your day-to-day work, of course, we cannot overemphasize the reason why we must stay focused. Staying focused will help us to avoid distraction, staying on track, and achieving goals. And it is crucial for effective team and collaboration. Avoiding irrelevant messages too. Salutation is important, but we should know that one hello and hitting on the enter button is going to create a notification. And if that individual is not online at that time, he's going to, on Teams at that time, he's going to send an email to him just because you sent a hi to him. Then Microsoft Teams, using provide a platform, to stay focused and streamline communications and all of that. However, the strategies to enhance communication and productivity is clear. You manage the time very well. In terms of trying to communicate clearly, it's very important that we consider that. Then using Teams effectively, this topic is so important that some persons do not know the differences between Teams and channels. So when we engage in conversations and I speak to them about what a channel actually is, sometimes I see people learning from it, and I'm always happy to see how I can share more of those knowledge. So I would always say that a team is a house, while channels are like the segments of that house. So if you have a house, you're going to have a restroom, you're going to have the kitchen, you have the living room, and then you have the bedrooms, as the case may be, if it's a standard apartment. The same thing happens when you are using Microsoft Teams. The fact that you create a team before now, it will automatically create a general channel for you. And the general channel is seen as a house where they like the living room that everyone that stays in that house has access to. While you can now decide to create segments of that house to speak to the different activities that you want people to carry out. Same thing happens in teams. Let's say you are handling a project from production. And in this production, there is planning phase, there is implementation phase, there is finance phase, and then there is also like project management angle of it, and then the technical maybe for the developers of that particular project. So then main channel, now we have option to name it, but before now it used to be general channel and that's all you had. But now you can name it, so you can call that general channel like the landing page for everyone, maybe general as the name implies, and then you put the name of the project. But when it has to do with finance, you may want to create a separate channel, and you can decide to make that channel a private channel. And then when it comes to planning, you create another channel and so on. Now, if you make a channel a private channel, what it means is that somebody is in that team but will not be able to see that channel. And then just also that you can have conversations that actually relates to topics to be segmented into different rooms, just like the kitchen is for cooking, while the living room is for relaxation and the bedroom is for sleeping, right? So the same thing happens too when you create these channels, and then it now depends on if you want the channel to be open to all the member of the team, then you decide. Otherwise, you can make them private channel and add the finance guy into finance, and add the architects into developers, and then add the like open the general channel for everybody to bring up suggestions and then communicating general stuff. So it's a nice thing also maybe in an academic sector where you have arms or you have classes. It can be like a team, and then different arm can be in different channels as the case may be. So channel in teams helps to organize team communication by creating separate spaces for different topics or projects, allowing team members to stay focused and then informed. Then art mention too is very important. So as at the time you start having people in your team, you may want to spot somebody's attention to a particular conversation. Then you have option to art mention the person. But then art mention as is one of the major distractions that we can have in Teams and in group chats, because if you at mention the channel name, then it's going to send notification to everyone that is in that team. And if it's a group chat, if you at mention everyone, then it's going to send a message to everyone. I mean, it's going to send a notice to everyone in that team to say, like, there is something more than just a notification to you. Then tags also is also a way to make sure that you know what and who you want to reach out to during the course of the project. Then collaboration is very important. For example, people send messages, I mean emails, and then they want to make sure that people who are working on a particular document, you are sending a mail and you are attaching the document as an attachment. So when that person edits, then the next person also needs to download and start editing again. So co-authoring is actually a better way to do this. So instead of sharing the file via your email by attachments, you could actually do like put it in your OneDrive or in a SharePoint link and then share it via Teams or whatever. Because if you upload the file in Teams channel, then it's going to be in SharePoint. Then if you upload it to your one-on-one chat, is going to be like on OneDrive. So you can actually do an upload to your colleague via Teams, and then you can have collaboration on a document, and you can have co-authoring for hundreds of people working on a document at a go. So screen sharing, of course, is one of those features in Teams, but also without overemphasizing the advantage of screen sharing, it can actually be a hindrance to your work, as well as being a distraction or a security threat to your organization. So I just want us to be looking at some basic things that I want us to look at. So this guy on the screen is my lab rat guy. So I am signed in here into Teams as Joseph, and I am also signed in here as lab rats. Excuse me, I just clicked somewhere wrongly. So this is me in Teams, right? So this is LabRat. So if I hello LabRat now, if I hello LabRat, then it's going to get a hello, right? And there is a notification. Excuse me, I clicked something and it's just rolling. So I'm going to share my screen again and include sound in my screen share so that you can, understand fully what I'm trying to talk about. So I'm presenting my screen again. Share screen, entire screen, and then I will include sound. So Frank, I hope you have my screen on now.
Yeah, I can see it
Yes.
there. Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you. So I'm going to bring up this guy here, and I'll bring up this other guy at this point. So what I'm trying to say about distractions in Teams, of course, you know that when you are using Teams and you have Copilot license, good thing is you can use this sign here in your Teams chat to chat, your colleague. Let's say I just want to chat this guy, and I want Copilot to help me, draft a message for him. Of course, I can do that. I can say can say hello, how are you? How are you, Labrat? And then if I want Copilot to help me reconfigure, rewrite it, I can ask it to just click here to rewrite my message, and then it's going to do that and say, hello, how are you doing? How are you doing in the lab today? So if I wanted this to be, longer, I think that would be obvious. If I want it to be longer, then of course the message can be longer. I hope this message finds you well. I'm reaching out to check on you and to see how you're progressing with your task. Like that, right? So it's trying to rewrite that message. Then if I want it to be concise again, I can do this, right? How are you? Simple and short. But that's not my focus. I'm just using the opportunity to show us that it is possible that you use Copilot to compose or to rewrite emails, I mean chats within you and your colleague. But my focus now is on chats, right? So it's showing that Joseph is typing, and if I hit on this, you hear a sound, and that is because I've sent hello, how are you? Now, what happens when I am saying let's say Labrat, let's say this is Labrat responding to Joseph. Let's say Joseph is the technical support engineer in Labrat's company, or there's a collaboration that is supposed to go on between Labrat and Joseph. Now look at two instances. I have a case where my screen has issues on Teams. It is not showing when I share it. That is the problem. Labrat is the agent. I mean, Joseph is the agent. Labrat is the person facing the issue. And then Labrat come to say, hello, how are you? Trust your night was great. Was great. I am having an issue. I hope you can help me. My screen is no longer sharing. Now, the point I'm trying to raise is, let us say that Joseph was attending to an issue from another user, and this lab rat guy has come to say, hello, how are you doing, Joseph, today? Hello, how are you? Trust your night was great. I'm having an issue. I hope you can help me. My screen is no longer sharing. This is going to send Joseph notifications. It's going to email him, if especially if he's not online, and if this guy wants to make things worse, he now says Joseph this way, and then he at mentions Joseph, and that's even the worst one, right? I don't know why that's not coming up now, but what I'm trying to say is that if you look at these conversations, it is popping up notification and distractions to Joseph. But if you want to send a message, tell me, Frank, when I'm done with this, and see now, you may want to contribute. If I come to say, now look at something before I move on, I must show you this card. So if I come here and if I type hello here and I mistakenly press the enter button, it is going to come to Joseph as one message. But if I had come here and I say hello and I hold down the shift key and press enter, the message is not going to get delivered yet, but it will enter, for me to type, how are you? How are you today? If I need to, right, I'll still hold down the enter button and I say, I am having an issue and hope you can help me. I've still not pressed enter. I still held down my shift key and I pressed the enter button. My screen is no longer sharing. No longer sharing. And then I hit on enter once. So what happens is that Joseph this time around is going to get one notification, and when it comes to read this, he will read, hello, how are you today? I am having an issue and hoping you can help me. My screen is no longer sharing. This sent one notification with the consolidated message that I was talking about while I was presenting my screen. So Teams is very useful at this time for this guy. He has only sent one message with all the information and all the formalities of greeting. That is, if you even need to greet and ask how I am doing. And then another different or separate thing you can do instead of just hitting on your message and start typing, or you don't want to be hit. Of course, it can be very simple for you to forget to just hit on enter while your message is still in progress, right? Just by accident it happens. But what you can do is, if you can click on the A icon here, show formatting options, so you can do this, right? So what this means is that if you say hello Joseph, so you are not going to get yourself kicked out when you click on enter. You can decide to format your text to, I am having an issue with my teams and I am getting an error while sharing screen. Sharing screen. Please see screenshots for more details. So Frank, I'm asking, who do you think is going to get quick quicker response? And also, um I wanted to put the screenshots. I don't know why my um sniping tool is not coming on. So Frank, I'm just asking, among these two persons, I mean, among these two scenarios, which do you prefer?
I prefer just a long message with everything in it instead of
Be
getting bombarded
okay.
with notifications.
Yes, so I don't know if I'm the only one that gets annoyed with notifications, because of course I see that it's a very big distraction. So Sina, which do you prefer yourself? Sina, still here? I have only one screen. Apologies. Sina, can you hear me? Steven, which one do you prefer?
Yeah, I think I prefer this one. I think it's straightforward. Even I think it's straightforward. Just when you just type the whole instead of doing one by one, so you just get one notification which enables you to just read everything once and for all, and then give a response back. But my question is, what if I'm to respond to you back? Does it also apply
So
to
your
me?
question,
Like,
respond to this. If you want to respond from here as Joseph to this guy,
yeah,
right?
yeah, just yeah. I just want it to be in the same.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so
just.
if you want to also respond, of course, as
Mhm.
a support person, you do support, of course I know. So this actually gets me irritated. So what I do is, when these messages come like this and I've taken, so if you are this kind of person who does hello, how are you, I will not
Mhm.
respond to your hello. I will let you send your hello, because I know that if you're asking how are you, I know you're not a doctor. So that's not why you're chatting with me. So I'm just going to wait. And then until I see my screen is no longer being shared. So what I would do is, I would just come and hit on this and I say, when did the issue
Okay.
start? When did the issue start? And all of those, our regular troubleshooting step, right?
Yeah.
Then I
Yeah.
can go ahead and send. Now, this actually is a problem that somebody identified. And one of my clients in 2022 said he wants to stop people from chatting with themselves in Teams because he sees it as a distraction, right? So that is where my conversation is actually going to be centering around. So how do you prevent people from chats in your organization? You can actually do that if there is a need. Like, if you see that this is impacting on your productivity, you can decide to say, no, I want to stop this from happening. So people can also be stopped from scheduling meetings and making calls. So while calling is important in Teams, I must tell you the truth that is actually time consuming for somebody who could chat to decide to call you, because when the person calls you, it means that you have to leave whatever you are doing, except you are this type that can multitask. And even when you're multitasking, it affects your productivity, your efficiency. while you are on a call with somebody. I do support, and sometimes calls are actually distractions to me. So how do you prevent people, if there is need, if you've identified that people are distracting themselves in an organization and you don't want them to be able to make one-on-one call, you want them to remain in chats, or you want them to not be able to schedule meeting, that you want to be in charge of meeting scheduling, or you want to appoint somebody to be the one to be scheduling meetings in your organization, and there must be a justification to why people would have to meet because they need to focus on what they are doing. You can actually limit all those ones to boost your productivity. So the question is, how do you do that? Now, this is Teams Admin Center. So if you have the Teams Administrator role, then you can access this Admin Center by going to admin.teams.microsoft.com, and then you will see here. So what I want us to look at today is about messaging, because we just looked at it. So if you see that this is affecting productivity in your environment, you can come to messaging, and then you come to messaging policies. So when you get to messaging policies, you have, this is the global policy. So if there are people in your organization that you want to say they should not be chatting, you want to restrict this set of individuals from chatting because, of course, their work does not need them to chat. You can actually have situations like that. Like I had it with a client that didn't want people to be chatting. If you want to turn it off for the organization and allow a specific set of persons, it's also a design. But if you want to say, okay, you want some specific people not to be able to chat, let's say the people in I don't know the unit they may be, maybe in security, those in security should be able to chat, right? Let's say people in marketing, let's just say, is not actually a good example, but let's just say guys in marketing, users, they should not be able to chat. So the name of
Or accounting
you miss
department. I think accounting they've got the
okay,
that's
I'll take your point. Let's say accounting, let's say chat disabled, of course, chat disabled. So you want to say that do not want, not want people in accounting to have IM option. Okay. So now what you do is you just look at this. You see this here. Just turn this off. So when you turn this off, so what it means is that the option for chat is not going to be there for them. So you save it. So when you save that policy, so what you do is you come to the what it means is that everyone in your organization can chat, and then you want to assign this policy to somebody in accounting. Let's say that lab rat guy is actually one of those guys that is causing problems. So you go to assign, and then you go to lab rats. So if you click on add and then you click on apply, you confirm this. Then sometimes it can be fast. Sometimes it can take about 2 hours for lab rats to not be able to have the option to chat again, because of course you feel that it's being carried away by chat and it's affecting productivity, it's affecting collaboration, even though Teams was built upon collaboration. So what happens is that this guy, of course, I don't know why my tax bar is frozen. I would have been able to show you immediately how, if that has taken effect, I would have been able to show you where to, how the chat option will be grayed out for the guy. So let me see if my tax bar, I think, is active again.
so
So this is lab.
in a case where they are being signed in, then when you apply this effect, is it going to apply until they sign out?
So if you want it to take effect now, you can
Mm-hmm.
sign them out from admin center. Or if they don't sign out, when the browser refreshes it after like 2 3 hours, then this chat option here will just not be here anymore. So he will not be able to even see the option to chat with anyone in the organization. But if you use PowerShell to run this policy on LabRats, it will take faster, time to take effect. So for now, it still has, but by another 2 hours, it's not going to have this again. So you can moderate collaboration. Maybe in subsequent time, I'll talk about calls. I'll talk about calendar to just disable them from scheduling meeting, and then also hindering them from making calls if you see what is causing distraction in your organization. So that will be all we'll be able to handle today, because I know we're on top of the hour already. So
Yeah,
Frank, thank you again for the opportunity.
you're welcome, Joseph. Thanks very much. That was very kind of informative there. You know, some good ideas to stop nuisance in teens. So, guys, we're up on the hours. Joseph said. I think Joseph has another meeting to go to. We'll be back here again next week, and Seena is going to have that other um, co-piloting in Power Apps for us, and I might do some more stuff in Power Pages. Very interesting stuff. And thanks again, Stephen, for joining us. So, guys, see you next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Seena, I'm just ending the live.